Okay, this is a very extremely important not concept, but a concern that I was having a discussion with a client just the other day, and I want to share this with you. Middle-aged men out there that you may not understand the importance about what I'm about to share with you, and this concerns getting your health better. Obviously, you're experiencing some some health issues, but it centers around sleep apnea. I'm going to do a little video here and share my screen with you. The conversation I have with the client I'm currently working with. It's about mid 40s. So let me get to this. Okay, so those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Bascom, and what I'm doing is I have a coaching system. It's a 5-step system to actually take and creating a better health. You might be suffering from some health issues, or recently been diagnosed with something or on some medications, or you realize that you're probably one of those candidates that might be headed for a stroke or a heart attack, that you're high risk because you're overweight. Maybe you tried some things in the past to lose the weight, but you're not having success with that. And I'm going to explain why you're experiencing some of the things and what you need to do to correct that. But I'm going to delve into just step 3 of the 5-step process that I have here. And it centers around hormones, stress, sleep, digestion, and gut health, and how those all interact and play. So let me just share the story with you. So this guy that I just started working with, so we started, and a week goes by, and I'm messaging him, Facebook messaging, and see how he's doing. I'm not hearing anything from him. I said, "Man, are you okay?" So after about a week, he finally responded back. Says, "Yeah." It says, I'm feeling really wiped out and exhausted. My blood sugar is like 300. I'm like, "What the hell? I mean, are you diabetic or something you didn't tell me about?" And he said, "No, but here's the story. He was in great shape at one time. I mean, like bodybuilder type shape, but really lean. And then he wants to get back, but he wants me to coach him to get there." And so I said, "I'm on the proper nutrition. Here's the weights, here's the supplementation." And I wanted to go with the process, but he said he's experiencing this. So after some questions back and forth, I find out that, he went to the doctor put him on metformin, which is basically, he's pretty much becoming a type 2 diabetic, which is not uncommon just because the way we're living our lifestyles and we're gaining weight. So anyways, the 300 just really alarmed me. I said, "Listen, you got to go to the doctor now. This is nothing to play with." He says, "Yeah, it's been as high as 300 or 400 sometimes." I'm like, "What the hell is going on here?" But anyways, let's not take any risk. Let's just have this checked out. And he said, just eliminate all the complex carbohydrates that I've even given on the meal plan, even though it's very, very clean eating, and just go with all proteins and veggies. So finally he gets back and he says that the blood sugar is down to like 180. Okay, so it's getting a hell of a lot better. Now, here's what I didn't know, okay? But I did ask him. I didn't know this about him, but we were just getting into this. Step 3. The hormones, well, let's go right to sleep, okay? Sleep will affect your hormones. So a lot of guys that have low testosterone levels, it's because you're aging, but it's also because if you have this sleep apnea thing going on, it's going to actually just kill your testosterone levels. So other things that he was giving me indication of was he's just wiped out. He's exhausted. So that's another thing. Obviously, if you're not getting deep restorative sleep, your body is never getting into that repair. Okay, that's where the stress comes in. See, your body is under stress if it's not healing and repairing. And that's where, in a slide or 2 here, I'm going to show you, then it gets into the cortisol levels. So the reason why he's gained weight is because of the stress hormone, because he's not getting deep restorative sleep, because he has sleep apnea. And his testosterone levels have lowered, the gut health gets all messed up, and high blood pressure. So he's on high blood pressure medication too. So all these things are adding up. I said, "Do you have sleep apnea?" He goes, "Yes, I was diagnosed a while ago with it, but I did not get the CPAP machine." So I'm like, get it now, right? So his blood pressure is going to come down immediately. He's going to lose weight a lot faster, even though he wasn't exactly eating correctly. And that's a lot of it's to do with the cravings, because the blood sugar levels get messed up. And that's why his blood sugar is as high as it is. See, a doctor cannot assess all this and help straighten these types of situations out. So just that one thing, the sleep apnea, and you guys out there that are listening to me right now, if you've been diagnosed with it and you're not acting upon it, you're putting yourself at complete risk. I mean, I'm talking heart attack, stroke type things. There's no need for you to be on the blood pressure because we're going to control it with diet, but we're going to control it by getting deep restorative sleep. When I'm talking about deep restorative, I'm talking not REM sleep. I'm talking deeper than that. Is where the body heals and repairs. So when it's healing, repairing, and it's not stressed out, we don't have the cortisol levels. The cortisol levels are causing you crave, are causing you to gain fat, are messing with your insulin. That's why the doctor put him on a metformin, because the insulin levels and this whole, see how this is all coming together? So I said all his problems and issues are going to be solved by just getting that one thing done, getting a CPAP, getting his body under control. So I hope this is making sense, because this is like major big deal for middle-aged men, and why it's part of my 5-step process of getting a guy in the best shape of his life and keeping him there, is because a lot of people don't address this part. Even if you find out that your test levels are low because you went to the doctor and your energy and you're just feeling lethargic, they put you on testosterone therapy, but it still didn't address the sleep apnea. It still didn't address the cravings. It still didn't address why you're continuing to eat right and work out and you're not losing the body fat. So that's why we got to get things balanced there. So the problem with that is the whole ecosystem basically it's out of balance. The hormones from the stress, your sleep sucks, digestion is affected, huge. Especially when you get older, we're already having a problem digesting the vitamins and minerals and things that we need to repair our bodies. So it's basically you need an overhaul. And this is why I include this in my system, and I don't go right to nutrition and exercise, because it's not going to work if we don't get these other things handled first. So these are the things you're experiencing, and this is what he's having. All right, you continue to gain weight. Whoops. Move this up here. You continue to gain weight even though you've been dieting. I see this all the time, and that gets frustrating, and you tend to want to quit. And you're binge eating because the blood sugar is being affected by the sleep apnea. Now, I'm not saying every one of you guys have it, but it's high probability it's happening because you're overweight. And what happens is, if you don't know what it is, the airway closes off when you're sleeping. So if you're snoring, probably got it. Or if your spouse or whoever you're sleeping with tells you stop breathing, you probably got it. Get it tested. Don't ignore it, because high blood pressure is nothing to mess with. And you don't control high blood pressure with high blood pressure medication. It's a Band-Aid. It's all it is. You've got to live a healthier lifestyle. You wake up exhausted. You find yourself falling asleep during the day. This is all the signs this guy was telling me, that initially when we talked, he didn't give me this information. Blood pressure's up, that medication. You look worn out. You're tired. Your sex drive's plummeted because the sleep apnea is killing your testosterone levels. It's not just you aging, which does it, but it's also compounded faster by this sleep apnea. So it's basically you stop breathing when you're sleeping, but you don't necessarily wake up all the time. It means every time you stop breathing, and that's an event, that means you're going down into deep sleep. You're not even there. You stop breathing, and now you got to start back over to try to get to deep sleep. You never get down here, way down, and then stay there to restore. You are going to be a different individual if you're experiencing these things. I had it happen to me just recently too, and I've had it for years, but I ignored it because I was ignorant to it, and I thought, no big deal. I got this. I'm fine. It's okay. I'm sleeping. I had no clue till I experienced all of the things right here. My blood pressure started to go up. I'm fit and healthy. I'm on no medications, never have been. I'm 56 years old. But my blood pressure started to go up a little bit when I went to the doctor for a couple routine checkups. I just thought, man, these nurses don't know how to do blood pressure. I mean, I've been monitoring blood pressures for the last 35 years, profession, and I've been trained in school then. And as soon as I got on that CPAP machine, within a month, my blood pressure, boom, 118/78. It's never been high. So that was causing that. I looked worn out. I was tired. I couldn't even function during the day. After I got the test done, my doctor's like, I cannot believe how severe it was for you and how you even stay awake during the day. He says, I don't know how you're doing it. Testosterone levels, any of you guys are watching this that know, you know what an average testosterone level is probably going to be 400, 500, 600, that range for a middle-aged man. Mine was freaking 70. And even the lady doing the test on me, the sleep study test I did overnight, she's like, I have no idea how you're in the shape that you're in. It's because I've been disciplined to eat so well all these years. But as soon as I started gaining a little belly fat too, and I find it harder to get rid of it, meaning like when I do the regular cardio exercise, I wasn't affecting me like it used to before. And that was because of this going on that I didn't realize. And since I had a test, boom, that belly fat went right off with less cardio. So my goal is just to balance your entire ecosystem to get you in that optimum position of feeling good, wanting to exercise because you're feeling better, you're rested, you get your test levels up, your brain's functioning better, you're not cloudy in the mind, and your just life becomes completely different. So you guys that are middle-aged, working hard, successful, you're at the time of your life, you're going to retire soon enough that these are the years that you want to enjoy, but your health has gone to the wayside. That can all be corrected. So this whole point of this whole Physical Male project is to show you the possibility, but you need guidance and coaching and instructing and putting those 5 things that I have together on a regular, consistent basis. Let me finish this. Anyways, stomach feels bloated, distended, heartburn, constipated. So I'm just trying to save lives, but also give you the quality of life to do what you want to do. But if you don't address this, a lot of people die from sleep apnea. And everybody's trying to fix these things right here by little different things instead of going right to the root cause of it. So this is our so-called normal lifestyles. Well, if it's like depression and anxiety amongst middle-aged men, it's an all-time high. 70.3% of men are either overweight or obese. That means 3 out of 4 of us. It's nonsense. It doesn't have to be that way. You just need to be trained on the things you can do naturally to combat that and not be a statistic and not be on a crazy amount of medications. I mean, I've seen guys 50 years old on 14 different medications. And I just cannot believe a doctor would give that many medications to somebody, but they don't have the time. Maybe not that they don't care, but they don't have the time to deal and do the kind of shit that I'm doing with these guys or you guys, whoever that I'm coaching. So that guy recently, one of the guys that I said had 14 different medications, 50 years old, has recently ended up in the hospital with some issues too. But change your life, change the outcome, basically. So let's just touch on testosterone a little bit, and I just want to then end this soon is the benefits of having testosterone. Again, just doing therapy and not addressing sleep apnea, it's a temporary fix to this too. But yes, you tend to have a sharper mind, confidence. You can read right here. Muscle mass, better heart health, stronger erections, better libido, bones, energy. Lower testosterone levels, depressed, increased risk of Alzheimer's, increased fat tissue, increased risk of ED and low libido, increased risk of osteoporosis. Again, we hear all the advertisements out there of the HRT, hormone replacement therapy clinics. They're everywhere. Be careful who you choose. I don't trust them all. I've been doing this stuff with the testosterone, the whole bodybuilding thing for 30, almost 40 years. I kind of have an idea what I'm doing and know. So yes, we can give you this, but we got to also correct some other things. And one of the main steps in my 5-step process is the mental side of things. And that's step number 2. But at the end here, I'm just going to give you a link to go, and you can actually go through my 5-day challenge and just look at the different videos and educate yourself about that. And then if you feel like you want to have a conversation with me and you think maybe I can help you, then just go ahead and just schedule and book an appointment for that. So I just want to finish up on step number 3. So 89% of the people out there, they're unaware that they even have this sleep apnea. It's called OSA. obstructive sleep apnea suffers, they have 5 times the risk of dying from a heart problem than those who don't have sleep apnea. Okay, you can see here the closing off of the airway here. Now, let me show you how severe mine was when I did the test. It's a very simple test, guys. And I've got guys telling me all these symptoms and they're ignoring me and they're not getting the test done. I'm like, you're just basically, I felt like I was dying a slow death. It really freaking sucked. But anyways, these stop breathing events where it stopped breathing like 20, 30 seconds at a time. It showed they had 49 events per hour over a 4-hour period. It's freaking unbelievable. That's what my doctor's like, I don't know how you even stay awake. Now that I'm using the CPAP, it tells me every night, I had 1.5 events per hour. Come on, 49 to 1.5. How do you think you would feel too? It's just night and day. It is a freaking life changer, guys. I'm telling you. So here's the things I was talking about a little earlier about the stress and the cortisol. The release of cortisol triggers the way your body metabolizes glucose. There's the blood sugar, how much energy your muscles burn. This is a good thing. We want it to happen, but the problem is when that stress and the cortisol only comes when your systems get turned on, and it's turned on all too frequently. And it doesn't have that time to adequately recover. Now I'm talking about normal stress in your life, like the stuff that, if you're middle-aged, you've hit some brick walls during your life. That stress, but then the stress of your body not resting because of the sleep apnea. You see, it's just like a boom. It's just like 2 trains ready to freaking, crash. So your body, stress, alarm, count and sleep, okay, stress hormones, cortisol, affects the entire body, your entire system. So I'm talking about the ecosystem. Gut health. You get stomach disturbances. Some of you guys might be experiencing this. You got gas, you're bloating, you're constipated, diarrhea, heartburn. More serious things. I see this all the time, and all this shit can be corrected. IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, inflammatory bowel disease, IBD, peptic ulcers, and then GERD. What do? We take an over-the-counter medication or medication from the doctor to try to calm these things down. Medications are not it. I'm telling you, this can be solved so much simpler and so much more inexpensive. Taking medications is not fixing the problem. Please understand it. It's a Band-Aid. It does not fix the root cause when the root cause can be changed with some simple, different lifestyle habits. If you're at that point, I'm telling you, you and I need to talk. Schedule an appointment. So, the possibility is, decrease your belly fat, lose it quickly. So when you exercise and you eat right, you get benefit from it. I've seen too many people just give up because there's too many imbalances and they don't know it because you're not educated about it. You go off it and you continue the cycle of binge eating. You continue to kill yourself slowly. Anyways, you feel younger and more vital. This is basically anti-aging. You get your sex life back, your memory, your cognition, you get your muscle mass back, and you get off those damn medications. And you lower that risk for heart attack and stroke and diabetes. All right, that's it for today. If you want to contact me in this, the body of this post, there's a link. You can go there. You can take the 5-day challenge. If you don't want to go through the 5-day challenge, which I encourage you to listen to all 5 steps before we get on a conversation, or if you just want to book and go right to the time, do that. So again, my name is Brian Dask. I've been doing this for 32 years. I am educated in exercise physiology, and I've had a business doing this for the 32 years, even though I've been training and eating right myself for like the last 40. So if you want to change your life, let's talk. And I'm going to sign out here in a second, and hopefully we'll talk to some of you guys soon, okay?